All right, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin found a way to keep his streak alive, going 9-8 last season. He's never had a losing season in Pittsburgh. He's now won at least 8 games, 16 straight seasons. Pretty impressive with the talent he's had to work with. Vegas has Pittsburgh with a win total of 8.5 games this year. How could you not bet the over? Or maybe a better question, I guess, is how could you fade the streak and bet the under? The Steelers fans were loud last year when complaining about the offensive coordinator, Matt Canada. Isn't very liked by Steeler fans, but I'm not sure he should get the blame. In an interview recently, he was asked about the offense, and he said it's not him that makes offensive decision-making. There was a real lack of creativity on offense last season, and Canada continued and said the real identity of the team was shown in the last 9 games of last season, which ironically the Steelers went 7-2 their last 9 games when Pickett took over as a starting quarterback. And a big reason for his success, you can point directly at how good he was on third downs. From week 10 on, the Steelers offense ranked number 1 in the league in third down conversion rate over expected, meaning they converted more third downs in situations that most teams didn't. Pickett finished as a third best quarterback on late downs. Early downs, much different story during that stretch. He was 27th in expected points added per dropback on early downs. Another big reason for the Steelers' success was just injury luck. Pitt had the healthiest team in the league. Their offensive line, incredibly, didn't miss a single game all year and had the highest percentage of snaps played together as a unit, and by a big margin, too. It's not even close. And it's crazy. When you think of all the positional players on the field, the offensive line is most likely to feel the impact of injuries, and Pitt didn't have one. Even with that, they still did focus on the offensive line in the offseason with additions of first-rounder left tackle Brody Jones. They signed veteran left tackle Isaac Samala from Philly. They got him from the Eagles. Samala, he's graded out as a top 10 pass-blocking guard 3 straight seasons in a row. As far as skill position players, they got Allen Robinson, who I'm not totally sure how much he's got left in the tank. They're going to need him, too, because there's not a lot of depth behind Pickens and Johnson. Defensively, they have a ton of turnover, especially in the secondary. Levi Wallace, only returning starter there. Big pickup with Patrick Peterson, whose numbers still look solid, but at his age now, he's a much better fit for like a heavy zone coverage schemes like the Vikings had him in last year. The Steelers play a lot more man-to-man, and Peterson only spent 15% of all coverage snaps in man coverage last year. When you look at the Steelers' defensive numbers from last year, they aren't great. 23rd in expected points added per play allowed and 13th in success rate. But when you adjust for opponent strength, the Steelers played a top 10 schedule of opposing pass and run offenses. They had the second overall toughest strength of schedule based on Football Outsiders' DVOA metric. It also didn't help they were without TJ Watt for 7 games either. Steelers went 8-2 in games Watt played, and his impact on not just the outcomes of games, but how different the overall metrics look for the Steelers when he's playing and when he's not, might be the single biggest difference of any defensive player in the league. Luckily for Pitt, Watt was the only key player to miss more than 2 games. I have Pitt with close to a league average strength of schedule this season. Best part of their schedule is 3 straight home games, weeks 8, 9, and 10. Despite their somewhat easy strength of schedule, I do expect some sort of regression overall with Pitt this season. A lot went their way last year. They won 7 out of 12 single-score games they had. And I always say the difference between single-score games can be just 1 or 2 plays, a tip ball INT, a fumble, a missed field goal. Oftentimes it's just randomness or luck that decide these single-score games. Also, I don't expect them to have the same third down success or the same injury luck. I mean, it just doesn't seem possible that they get away with no injuries this year. The offense dealt with 0 injuries to starters last year, 0. I think we see Pitt play a very conservative style and be in a lot of close games. I do have a best bet on the Steelers-49ers game, Week 1 matchup. You can find out what that is by joining the Discord community, link to in the bio to join the team. Until next time, good luck with your bet.